Today we are diving into one of the most exciting leaks we have seen in years. Apple is a company known for its secrecy, but this time they slipped, and the iPhone 17 Ultra's design has been exposed. This is not just another small change. This leak suggests Apple is preparing a bold shift in design, battery technology, cooling systems, and cameras. It looks like the iPhone 17 Ultra could become the most ambitious iPhone Apple has ever made. In today's video, we will break everything down into sections so you can understand exactly why this leak matters and how it could shape the future of smartphones. Hey everyone, welcome back to ZaidiEsTech. I am your host Zahid, and let's begin with the biggest shocker, the design. Design and build. For more than half a decade, iPhones have carried the same identity, a triangular corner camera bump on the back. This bump first arrived with the iPhone 11 Pro and has since become part of Apple's look. But according to multiple leaks and supply chain reports, the iPhone 17 Ultra is finally saying goodbye to that design. Instead of the corner bump, the new Ultra is rumored to feature a full-width horizontal camera bar stretching across the back. That's right, a bar design, something that instantly makes the phone look more like a Google Pixel, or even a Samsung Galaxy Ultra. Of course, the internet is already full of jokes about Apple copying others. But here's the truth. Apple doesn't make design moves for appearances. They make them out of necessity, and the triangular bump has reached its limits. Camera sensors are growing larger, lenses are becoming more advanced, and there is only so much you can cram into one corner. It's like trying to fit a Ferrari engine into a compact car. It works for a while, but eventually, the design can't handle it anymore. The bar design spreads out the hardware, redistributes weight, and most importantly, frees up internal space. And that internal space is where Apple plans to introduce some major innovations, including stacked batteries and vapor chamber cooling. This new design also allows Apple to give every camera sensor more room, not just the main sensor. On the Ultra specifically, leaks suggest this design supports a dual-periscope zoom system, which could transform the way zoom photography works on an iPhone. And yes, it will feel strange at first. People will criticize it just like they did with the notch or the dynamic island. But if history has shown us anything, once Apple makes a bold change, the entire industry eventually follows. Display and form factor. Now let's talk about the overall form factor. Apple has been refining the flat edge look for several years, but with the iPhone 17 Ultra, the big story is the balance between size, weight, and usability. The bar camera design might make the phone look different, but it also helps redistribute weight so the phone doesn't feel top-heavy in the hand. Combined with thinner bezels and subtle design tweaks, the Ultra is expected to feel more balanced despite all the new hardware packed inside. The display itself is expected to maintain the same premium quality we know from Apple, but what makes this generation unique is how the internals will support it. With stacked batteries and vapor cooling, the display will be able to stay brighter for longer periods without dimming due to overheating. In short, the design changes on the iPhone 17 Ultra are not just about looks. They are functional, giving Apple more room to prepare for the next generation of features. Battery technology. Now let's move to one of the biggest upgrades, the battery. For years, iPhone users have been asking for longer battery life. And while Apple has improved efficiency through chips and software, the actual battery design has not seen a revolution. Until now, the iPhone 17 Ultra is rumored to use stack cell batteries. To understand this, think of normal batteries as pancakes. They are wide and flat, but not very space efficient. Stacked batteries, on the other hand, are like skyscrapers. They use the same footprint but build upward, giving much higher density. The result is simple. More battery capacity without making the phone thicker. This means longer endurance, and not just by a small margin. We're talking about iPhones that don't just survive the day, but thrive through it. Even better, stacked batteries degrade more slowly. Right now, many iPhone users see their battery health drop to around 80% after a year and a half. With stacked cells, the battery could hold around 90% health even after years of use. That's the kind of upgrade that makes a real difference in daily life. But there's a challenge. Denser batteries create more heat. And that brings us to the next big innovation, cooling system. Alongside stacked batteries, the iPhone 17 Ultra is also rumored to bring vapor chamber cooling. Now, Android fans might roll their eyes because vapor cooling has been around for years. But the difference here is how Apple integrates it. Apple doesn't add features just for the spec sheet. They only bring in new tech when they can apply it across the system in a seamless way. With the A19 Pro chip, stacked batteries, and vapor cooling working together, the iPhone 17 Ultra could become the first iPhone capable of delivering sustained all-day performance without overheating. That means no more dimming screens when recording for long periods, no more throttling during gaming after just 10 minutes, and no more sudden drops in performance when the phone gets hot. The Ultra could finally deliver consistent, marathon-level performance rather than short bursts of speed. Camera system. Now let's talk about the cameras. because this is where the iPhone 17 Ultra could truly stand out. For years, Apple's main camera has been excellent, but the ultra-wide and telephoto lenses have sometimes felt like step-downs. With the new bar design, Apple can give every lens more space, which means bigger sensors across the board. And then comes the big rumor, a dual-periscope telephoto system. Today, most phones with periscope lenses give you one sweet spot, maybe 5x or 10x optical zoom, and everything else relies on digital processing. With the dual system, Apple could offer multiple true optical zoom levels, giving you sharp, clean images across the entire range. Combine this with larger sensors for ultra-wide and telephoto, and you're looking at a camera system where every lens feels like the main camera. That's the kind of upgrade that could make iPhone photography even more consistent and reliable. Performance and chipset. Of course, all of this will be powered by Apple's next-generation chip, the A19 Pro. Built specifically with AI and efficiency in mind, this chip is expected to handle on-device AI processing. While Google and Samsung are loudly marketing AI features, Apple has been quiet. But the hardware tells us everything: stacked batteries for endurance, vapor cooling for heat management, and A19 Pro internals designed for local processing. Apple doesn't want to send your AI requests to the cloud. They want it processed directly on your phone, keeping it private and secure. And the iPhone 17 Ultra looks like it will be the model to make that possible. Apple's strategy and bigger picture. Now let's zoom out. Why is this leak such a big deal? Because it shows Apple is preparing for more than just another iPhone release. These changes, the design, the stacked batteries, the cooling, the AI-ready chip, they all point to Apple building the foundation for its future ecosystem. The iPhone 17 Ultra is not just a phone. It's the bridge to devices like the Vision Pro and the rumored AR glasses. It's Apple laying the groundwork for the next decade of mobile and wearable technology. And here's the kicker. Apple won't even brag about most of this on stage. They won't scream, vapor chamber cooling, or stacked batteries, during the keynote. Instead, they'll just say the iPhone lasts longer, runs smoother, and takes better pictures. And people will feel the difference without ever knowing the technical details. That's how Apple plays the game. Conclusion. So what do we make of all this? The iPhone 17 Ultra leak shows a design shift that may look unusual at first but solves real problems. It introduces stacked batteries for longer life, vapor cooling for consistent performance, and a new camera system that could set new standards for photography. Is this a bold move or a desperate one? Some will say Apple is copying competitors. Others will argue it's a masterstroke. But one thing is clear. This is Apple quietly raising the bar once again. And just like the notch or the dynamic island, what feels controversial today might be iconic tomorrow. So, what do you think? Is the iPhone 17 Ultra the bold new direction Apple needs? Or is it a design misstep they will regret? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching ZaidiEsTech. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates. See you in the next one. Peace out.